guys, John from SurfFX, and I'm having a look at the new 2021, although Cabrini called it an 01 Moto. Now, I really like this kite. The first version I had myself, the second version I had, and it's a totally new redesigned kite now for 2021. So a few things that they've done for it. They've got the profile of the kite. They opened it up a little bit in the middle, which is good because that will enable it to fly a bit further into the wind and definitely hang time, have a bit more hang time. And they really kind of just, they said they changed the cone shape of the kite. So what they mean by that is just how it kind of wraps around. So doing that, they've added a whole bunch of segments to the leading edge. So those extra segments allow them to really maintain and control the shape of the kite as it comes around. So that's really going to just help it cut through the wind and just get it much more aerodynamic. So they use a particular Dacron to get that leading edge quite rigid, and those extra segments really help with that shape. So it's able to lock in that profile so it doesn't distort. They really worked on the feel of this kite. So previously I liked it because it had a little bit heavy feel, but steering could have been a bit better. What they've done now, they went for a lighter bar pressure, but quite a direct steering feel. So the actual amount of input you have to put in, it doesn't feel like a lot, but you do get quite a bit out of the kite. So a lot of that was done through bridle tuning, and again, having that more open profile of the kite, allowing the wingtips to kind of twist and pull the kite around. So what's the Moto for? It's really an all-round kite. So it's almost as if they did like a 3-strut switchblade, but where the switchblade is a little bit heavier in the 5-strut design, the 3-strut nice and light, keeps it a little bit more nimble. So you also get a little bit more stability with wave riding in the slack line because of it's not so heavy, and it really just gets a kite that's really quite balanced for what most people want to do in kiteboarding. So getting that aerodynamics down is really through the panel design, and you can see here, particularly on this kite, because of the colorway, you see the white stitch of the different segments. So they're quite a bit closer together than what most companies use, and they do that to enable to really tailor the profile of the kite as it's in the air, as it's inflated. Now, they use actually a specific ripstop that Cabrini have, and it's tough. Like, we had a sample of it, and it was something that you couldn't tear. You'd have to really stab it in order to get it to go, and it didn't run too much when it tore like normal ripstop does. So kind of nice having a ripstop that kind of stops ripping, because most of the time it just tears in half. So it's something really nice they've done, keeping it quite durable with the Cabrini setup. New graphics are pretty sweet. So you've got this more gray and orange, and there's a couple other colors that are just really popping. Even a really light, there's almost white one, which is pretty fresh, looks really bright in the sky. So they've really come along and done a really nice job on how they've presented the kites and just the overall look of the whole range this year.